Welcome to the Angels Positivity and Love Show. Incredible guests the world over with amazing insights, incredible experiences, and a really high vibe, high frequency, we'll call it love, to share with all of us. I'm super excited to have everyone here. Welcome back. And again, we've got an amazing guest, this time out of Oregon. She's the CEO of her own company that's named after her. She brings us dairy-free butter, divinely dairy-free butter, but she's had other products, other businesses in the past. And what I want to highlight is she's highly intuitive, sensitive, and I really believe a lot of light's flowing through her. Iliana Maura, great to see you. Great to meet you again. We got a chance to talk yesterday, and it was just fabulous. Thank you for coming on the Angels Positivity and Love Show.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm really honored to be here, and it is so lovely to meet you. And I can't wait to share and be with everyone today on this
Well,
show.
thank you very much. And before I get to any big picture questions, I did actually want to back up and just ask, when did you notice in your life the universe wasn't so linear? Life, human life, wasn't so linear. When did you either maybe discover your own intuitiveness, connection to all there is, have stuff start to happen, or just know stuff?
That's a great question. I would say the beginning was when I moved out of the big city and I moved on to a little farm all by myself, and I befriended this cow named Sunshine. And I used to play Bach music on my little boom box every morning and have coffee with this cow. And I felt it was the first time I had really connected with an animal other than a cat and a dog. And there were also these scrawny little chickens there running around that had been abandoned. And I had never even seen a real chicken before. I had just gone to the market and bought chicken, right? That's wrapped in plastic. And so I started to feed them, and I made their home really nice with lots of hay, and I studied about them. And anyway, it was transformative because the chickens became very healthy. We all hung out together with the cow every morning. I had fresh eggs that were bright orange, and it changed my life. So after that, I became a lot more cognizant of the connection between animals and people, also my own connection, because I was able to have these great conversations with these animals. I felt so lifted by them. And I also wanted to help them. So that started my journey on food and animals and what are we all doing. And there was so much to learn about all of that. How can we make it more holistic for the planet and for us and for the animals? And what can I do about that? So that stayed with me for a very long time. And then when we moved up to Hood River, Oregon, I was I'm just surrounded by the most beautiful nature. I feel so blessed. And talking with the trees and just all of it is an incredible experience that I really, really want to share with people. And then I would say, as far as my own intuitive recognition, it was after my dog passed. So I had a beautiful, beautiful dog who was my best friend, named Star. And after she had passed, a friend of mine gifted me a 1 hour session with a medium and to just connect with the dog. So I had the session, and the medium said, well, you're intuitive. You don't need me. You're already talking with your dog. And so that was the beginning. And then other things would happen where I'd have conversations with friends, and I would mention their dog, and they're like, how did you know that? This kind of thing. So my dog just passed a couple months ago, and yeah, and she was just how you described. And so things like that still happen quite frequently, and 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 I love it.
You've touched on probably the most important opportunity for growth or room for expansion for mankind in the little bit that you've said. If people will simply slow down more. Their awareness that already exists within will kind of fill that gap or step out and replace the thinking. Can we address that? How do you view mankind right now without judging, but how do you see people's potential for slowing down, being more love or showing love and kindness and compassion more?
Another great question. I think there's great potential. I really do believe when there's chaos, it's just one step to growth. So I always look at it that way. What can we learn? How can we learn from this? How can we do better? Um, and and something good's coming around the corner. That's how I like to look at when things look horrible. Also, it turns it from looking so horrible to something a lot more positive. And but also how can I as one individual make a difference? Because we all make a difference. Like Jane Goodall, I've been seeing it all over. We matter. We matter. We can make a difference. And so even if it's the smallest thing, even if it's just helping somebody, an older person into an elevator, or spending the time to include them into your lunch if they're alone, or just what can you do to connect and make someone smile, or um, all these little things. I really believe in that. I think that what I try to do is help people just believe in themselves, like that they can do anything, because we all can feel limited at times, and some people just, oh, I could never do that. It's like, well, yeah, of course you can. You can do anything, anything you want. Just you just have to. Well, one thing helps is talking with angels. I've noticed that the last 24 hours for myself. I mean, what a difference. Wow.
We
Getting
got
that.
we got to play yesterday for the audience, so Iliana took a lot of great steps, and it was a lot of fun. And I never remember much, but I know she did a great job. Okay, so let's do some really easy questions. Do angels exist?
Yes.
How do you know? For the person out there who just tuned in, they're like, wait, what?
I think a good way to start with angels are having conversations with people like you. Um, if even the easiest thing is just getting some angel cards and starting, if you're really new, and then this is just how I started. I started with angel cards. Um, I got used to the idea, and then I sought out friends who believed in angels, and but how I know, you just know because you feel so much better. You feel better, and well, like what happened yesterday with us. I mean, I could visually see things, I could feel things in my body. I had this incredible power, and not power like power, but power, beautiful light, and that was bouncing off other people. Like it was incredible. Like my son, I was like, hi, after we met yesterday, I'm like, hey, you want to go to lunch? And he's like, sure, and oftentimes it could be, well, I'm too busy today or something like that. But it was like everything was a yes. Everything was a yes yesterday. It was so cool. And also, I mean, I would say that's how I know, because you feel it in your body. There is a shift and there is a change if you reach out to angels and receive their love and help and support.
Do you have a memory or a moment or many or some that you could share from either dream time, where it was either angels or passed over loved ones or a pet, or waking, you had a flat tire? These are the most common stories. And a stranger, but with sparkly eyes, came along and changed your tire
Oh,
for you. Yeah, and they're gone. And they didn't really drive off. They just disappeared. You're like, wait, what? Okay, what can you share with us that's not too personal?
I have a lot of different stories. Um, I mean, of course, there's the parking angel. You always where you get the perfect parking spot. I'm always like, oh, thanks. Um, but well, other things that have happened that well, they didn't necessarily disappear, but I mean, I've had divine intervention like just recently. Clearly, this woman is an angel, and we just bumped into each other on our my little neighborhood walk. And I am in a very my life is really changing right now. We're moving, selling our house, and I have a new beautiful dog that I love more than anything. And I've just been having a hard time finding the time to walk her and give her everything that she needs lately. And this woman just out of nowhere, right when I was asking for assistance from the universe, appeared. I mean, it was so, in a sense, she did just appear out of nowhere because it's not like I saw her from 10 feet away. I mean, suddenly she was just right there and it was like, oh, hey. And she said, oh, yeah, I just retired and I'm looking for dogs to work with and train. So she has been at my house 4 days a week at least for 3 hours at a time, picking up my dog and spending the day taking her to the beach, taking her, training her, which would normally just cost me so much money to have your dog trained like that, 3 hours at a time, 4 days a week. My dog is so happy. She's showing up again later today. I consider her a true angel because that was so random. It was um, too much of a coincidence for that to happen right when I really, really needed help. Other things that have happened to me in the past that seemed like just yesterday was out of body experience traveling. Um, those are incredible experiences. And I was 16 and I definitely traveled out of my body back east to my home back east. And I mean, it was as if it just happened. It's so clear. It was so real. And when I came back, I don't know how many details you want, but when I came back, I did ask my mother, I said, is this what the house look like? Is this the stair? Because I hadn't seen photos. I mean, this was back where I hadn't seen pictures of the house at all, and it was the stairwell and all of it with my mom there and details of the paisley um, bedspread and the neighborhood dog, like, and she's like, yeah, that's exactly what it was. So that was an incredible experience. So that had a big influence on me.
You're again hitting on another kind of note here. The universe is super big, everything is interconnected. Is love the fabric of the universe? Can you cover this all one more time? How simple is it all, really? No matter how much complexity is going on, how much human thinking we all do, is love the fabric of the universe? Is it actually really simple?
I believe it is. I think anything that's simple is um, can be hard if we get in the way. So I think it is love, even in your worst situations. Like, let's say there's somebody you just can't get along with, or whatever. But for me, it's all my relationships are the most important thing to me. So, but if you're really coming from a place from your heart, not your head, and it's all about love, then whatever you say or do in that moment is going to be out of an act of grace and kindness. And then you can feel good about your next steps because you treated another human being kindly. Even if they're not being kind to you, doesn't mean you're being a doormat. It means you're making a conscious decision not to not to do that as well. Like you're making a decision that I am going to be kind and gracious to you, but I'm going to take care of myself. So I think that's where it gets tricky because people don't believe that they can take care of themselves or they need help. or it's hard to reach out for help sometimes with for people. It's hard to receive and accept gifts of love. But it is, to me, it is all about love. And I think that um, for me as a daily practice, just because I am so busy with my business and all of that can get to be really exciting with a lot of shiny objects to hold on to or distract me, to take the time to breathe and to stretch in the morning and stretch in the evening, do yoga if I can, or just take a walk if I can't, and just get out of my head. That's the number one thing. Get out of your head and go into your heart, and you're going to have a good day.
There's a movie called Peaceful Warrior, gymnastics film, kind of looks like a Disney production. Supposed to be, I think it's Berkeley, and it's Dan Millman's story, really 1960s, but it's made in 2005, 2006, so it's a modern campus. I think they filmed it at a nearby campus. They didn't have access to Berkeley, but Amy Smart is in it, Scott Meklowitz, Nick Nolte plays the gas station attendant. While it looks like a gymnastics film, it's really a spiritual consciousness, a person growing into their heart out of their mind story. And I don't think there's any moment where you watch the film again, there's always new stuff that you notice. But there's a moment by a bridge where the main character comes running up. He's supposed to meet the old man. It's an adult Karate Kid film. So the Mr. Miyagi figure is the gas station attendant who miraculously disappears when the lesson is learned. And he only appears when the lesson's needed. So it's a very mysterious movie. But Dan Millman is Scott Meklowitz. He's supposed to meet him by the bridge for a quick lesson, but realizes he's double booked. He's got a quiz and he's got to get back to class. So he comes running up to the old man and he says, "Can we hurry up and make this quick?" And the man shrugs and takes him by the elbow and throws him over the bridge into the creek with a big splash and a huge wah. And so he starts walking away. Lesson taught. And Dan's upset, soaking wet. And he's like, "What'd you do?" And he's like, "I emptied your mind. The only thought you had was wah as you were going into the water." And then later he says what you were just saying. He says, "We want you out of your mind, Dan." And Dan's yelling. He's really upset. He's in ego only. He's like, "There's nothing going on right now." And Nick Nolte does the Spock touch on the shoulder that says, "There's never nothing going on," and zaps him where time almost goes, well, not stop, but molasses. You see the dog shaking, you see a couple kissing, the butterfly on a flower, and he takes in all of life. It's happening now. We're missing it. So I got two quotes for you, and I would love for you to take us wherever you want for mankind, consciousness, being here and out of here. Good luck with that. Twice a day, like a broken clock, is good enough. Okay, this is the quote from that gas station attendant from the movie Peaceful Warrior, the book's Way of the Peaceful Warrior. "People are afraid of what's inside, and that's the only place they're ever going to find what they need." And again, we never find out his name, but the wisecracking Dan nicknames him Socrates or Sock. And then here's one more quote from an angel named Dale, who ironically is an, if that gas station attendant in the real broader universe is an angel, I'd argue it's an angel named Herb. This is his sidekick, another angel named Dale, said this: "Compassion is just being and trusting the outcome to be of the highest intent for all." Between those two statements, people are afraid of what's inside, and that's the only place they're ever going to find what they need. And then compassion is just being and trusting the outcome to be of the highest intent for all. Iliana, where do you want to take us?
Well, on the second quote, start with that one. Um, my favorite poet is Rilke, and there's a quote from him in Letters to a Young Poet about staying in the question and not the answer. Not sure if you're familiar with that, but it's really beautiful. And so when you are in that state, and we all are all the time, just that it's okay. It's okay to just stay in the question, and the answer will come. But the more that we push for an answer, it's just going to get more confusing. But if you just slow down, you just, you're going into yourself, whatever your form of meditation is, it will. come, and it'll come a lot faster, and you'll just know. I mean, then you just know what to do. Um, but also like when there is a crisis, let's say there's a crisis in your community or in your family or a huge fire, or I mean, people just they forget everything else. There's no there isn't that duality. It's like we're just working together. We're everything stops. I mean, even let's say you're having really bad marital issues. I mean, if there's a car crash or there's something that's life and death, people are it just all gets pushed away. So it does time does stop in a sense. And so this is now going to the first quote is it does stop. It does go in slow motion and suddenly it's all about something completely different. So that is, I think, really important to know because you can get into that space just by visually creating that little movie in your head, and you can make it whatever it is, but pretend that there's a crisis. And it's like, oh, how am I going to treat this person if there's a crisis? Or what if our car is sinking? What if we accidentally, it went off the bridge? Are we gonna help each other? Or are we gonna keep fighting? Like you're not going to. You're gonna help each other, and everything else goes out the window. Like it doesn't matter what your political beliefs are or your anything, you're just going to help each other. So in times of crisis, I think it does bring out the best of us. And it's when life gets to be a little bit too easy sometimes can bring out the worst of us. Um, I I don't know why I'm thinking about this right now, but Diane Keaton is obviously been on a lot of people's minds lately. She's such an amazing woman and helped so many animals outside of her Hollywood. But so she was in this one movie that I really loved called Baby Boom, and she moves to Vermont. So she's this big corporate success and things happen and she ends up in this dilapidated farm in Vermont and she starts this gourmet baby food because she doesn't have anything else to do. Her cupboards are just filled with hundreds and hundreds of these jars. And so it becomes very successful. And then her old company offers her like a $3 million deal, which back in those days was, ton of money. And and she ends up turning it down because she realizes she doesn't want that fast pace anymore and she wants to have something more real in her life that's slower and more grounded and simple. And so I mean that's in answer to your first question is um I think simplify. If I have one message to say today, simplify. Is there any way you can simplify your life? If there is, do it. Even if it's like donating one sweater out of your closet, like one little step each day to simplify your life. Um, I think that's the answer, especially right now when there's so much noise out there and chaos and in the news and everything. I mean, I don't watch the news. Like I try to stay away from it. I keep up on what's going on, but um, it's just people don't know what's going to happen. People are afraid. People are losing their homes and all sorts of things. So simplifying your life as much as possible will keep you feeling like you're one step ahead. Like, well, no matter what happens, I'm going to be okay. So,
Well, we're going to test your time-space theory, which I love, by lighting some sage in a little bit. People can catch that through two screens, but I'm going to do two quotes, if I can remember two quotes. One is Wayne Dyer, and I'm going to change maybe one word because I can never remember the second adjective. But loving people live in a loving world. Judging people, I think it might have been hateful people live in a hateful world, but loving people live in a loving world. Judging people, because if you're judging, you're reacting, your fear, stress, worry, fear, ego. So loving people live in a loving world, judging people live in a judging world, same world. And maybe there's a better adjective for that quote. And then Mother Teresa, because she's the word judge in it, I think this is a good connection. That's why I stuck with that one. She said, if you judge people, you have no time to love them, which goes right back to what you were saying earlier. So, can you give us one more swing at the bat on this topic of show love always? Maybe with a tip of the hat towards awareness, which remembering that when you're in your heart, you're growing your awareness. Every breath you take, every action you take through your heart, you're here, love versus unlove, unconsciousness, what you know that precludes possibility, fixed perspective. I mean, welcome to the poker hands we're all playing daily up there. Talk to us a little bit more in a new way about this. There's always a million ways to say this.
Um, okay. Let's say there's somebody that you really love and they've hurt you. They've hurt you terribly. You have two choices. You can either judge them and then, just be in that horrible space. Well, I said that and they did that and um or you can love them and not judge them and say, hey, this is what they need right now. They need, this is what they need. So I'm going to, as Mel Robbins says, just let them. Just let them get what they need. It doesn't affect me. I'm okay within myself. I can give them that space. I can honor them. But it's, and yeah, it hurts. I mean, it's, you can't not feel the hurt, but you can get support from your friends. You can talk to someone about the hurt. You can write about it. You can get it out so you can sort through it, work through it. Radical acceptance of, where, ask the questions, where is that hurt coming from? Is it triggering something deeper inside of me? Getting to the bottom of it. So ultimately, it's always about ourselves when we react. It's always about some either a childhood trauma or something from a past life. I mean, it can be generational, um, but it's always about that. So when you get to that place and you get there enough times, you can't judge other people. So you just you can love them from a distance, whatever works for you. You don't have to be hanging out with them. Maybe just wait till the time's right. It could take 10 years. I mean, but whatever. You're going to move on with your life and but you're going to hold space for that person, uh, a loving space. And, and I think I mean, that's really easier said than done. It takes a lot of work and practice. But if you can get there, then you can apply that to pretty much anything that comes up in your life, but you have to work at it. I mean, you have to be conscious and self-aware. I mean, even the little things like spatial awareness. I remember one time this was a long time ago. I don't know why this is popping into my head, but I walked into a library and I was getting a gift for someone. And it wasn't a library, it was a bookstore. And I was just like down on the floor, sitting on the floor, pulling out all these books. And there was a lady who wanted to get something like right where I was. And she's like, excuse me, like, hello. And that was that moment I realized I had no spatial awareness. I wasn't self-aware, even in that's just a very small little example, but I wasn't. I was so into what I was doing as if I was the only one in that bookstore, but I'm not. There's other people, so I need to be aware of that. Take that into your home, let's say. There's always one person who's a neat freak and the other person who's leaves that spoon in the sink. So try to be more aware. Like, well, why does that bother them so much? Instead of, oh, they're so annoying, like judging, right? versus, well, why? Well, maybe they're OCD. Maybe they have these other needs that you can't even relate to. So you just have a little bit more compassion. Um, but I think just, and then on a deeper level, understanding ourselves, which is huge and constant. I would say for me personally, to understand myself, you have to work on it. I mean, you have to put the time in every day. Journaling, connecting with people like such as yourself, asking for, uh, you know, asking questions to angels, getting some guidance, getting together with your friends, people that you feel safe with and can trust, that aren't going to hurt you, like gravitate towards safe and emotionally safe environments, where there's consistency. And in the harder cases where there really isn't that, try to find, even if it's a little space, try to find that for yourself. Try to ask yourself, well, what is going to make me just give a little bit more of a sparkle today? Like for me, it's hugging a tree. I get so much out of hugging a tree. Or I can just, and there's trees everywhere, right? You can find something anywhere that's, and you just it, try to think out of the box a little bit to make it easier, because there is so much beauty around us constantly. And so again, shut this off, go to here, and just find something, anything, and you can kind of get yourself snapped right back into a really good space pretty easily that way.
We're about to light some sage. We're going to test the whole time space thing. Um, but I'm going to add, I remember when I first moved to North San Antonio from Austin, 10 plus years in Austin, or we moved. And then I'm from the East Coast originally, and I've been a runner for 43 years since I was like 14. So I would run this 2.5 or 5.5 mile route. It's the same route. And there's always someone throwing a banana peel out every morning on their way to work, just from their car or truck to the ground. So I'd see this banana peel, and I remember having a reaction to it for like the first year or so. And then an angel finally stepped in named Dale, who was like, can you let the banana peel be laughter? Every time you see it, let it be a reminder that life is great. And now when I see the banana peel, I still see it like 4 years later. This is somebody who's got a real habit. It's awesome. I just start smiling. I'm like, it's a reminder to smile. So I like that one as an example. Okay, time and space aren't what you think it is. You know it from high school, a university class, or anything else where, let's say, the professor teacher's really boring or really exciting. The 1 hour isn't exactly an hour. It's an hour and a half. It feels like 5 hours. I went molasses. You're dying. You're staring. It might be the time two auditorium rows below you. You see auras for the first time because you're so tuned out. You can't stand what's going on in the class. Or the professor's so good that the 1 hour felt like 15 minutes and you're like, I wanted more. Class, the bell's ringing. It's over. Or vacation. 10 years ago, you're in the Bahamas. The 3 weeks felt like a whole summer. The next year you go, the 3 weeks feels like it's 2 days. You're getting back on the plane. So we have examples of that. This is, don't let the distance from where am I, Texas to Oregon, hold you back. And we did this yesterday and today. So we know it works, but people at home, do set your intent. And we're going to have you talk about that later. Just ask angels to get you out of your head into your heart. Own it with a thank you, rock and roll, amen, Om Sai Ram if you're from India. But you can start catching sage now. Campfire smell, sage, details don't matter. And are you, Iliana, are you already getting some sage?
Yes.
Can you ask for flowers
Mm.
from your cheerleading squad? Can they bring you, wisteria, lavender, something, tulips, roses? What are
Mm.
you getting?
I love wisteria. Mm.
And then
Beautiful.
ocean, if you want to hear the ocean, feel the ocean, my microphone's down below. I'm going to blow a little and I'm going to blow a little more sage. Catch some sort of ocean or water, or what are you getting now?
I'm getting the ocean with my dog. We're running along the shallow part of the water together.
I love it. Okay, we'll do one more exercise, and this could tie into, I mean, how could mankind change overnight? if we wanted to pick up the pace, not that it's not perfect how it is, not that there isn't a bigger plan, not that we're not getting a lot of help from unconditional love beings within us, around us. I don't know how to say it interdimensionally, just supporting us. Love's a constant. I'd love for you to talk about that as well. But if we woke up Sunday morning and the whole world could see auras, anybody who was just like paying attention, you could see auras on people. And the more they lied or just were in negativity or too much thought, no light. Boy, would that make real estate decisions easy. You have to go do a deal for $1 billion, and you have 13 groups in Taiwan to choose from, and two of them, there's no light on them. So you're like, oh, no, we're not doing business with them. Boy, would that help people out a lot if they wanted to pay attention more. But here, you can go ahead and just start seeing light anytime you want. I'd argue you're seeing it on trees already, dogs. We tune it out, though, the more thinking and the seriousness and the adulting we do and how much we take ourselves so seriously. You're going to see a little filament of light. And once you set it out loud, I'll go bigger and wider. And if you let angels, light beings, your ancestors, everybody kick it into gear, you might get an extra design, but you also get a dad joke. So here comes a new dad joke for you. What's the only flower found on the human face? Tulips. And what color are you seeing, Iliana, between my fingers?
I've seen a beautiful golden yellow
Okay, and I'm going to
and
go,
with some violet and now some soft blue and white.
and you can get a ball light, geometric, a hummingbird. What are you getting now?
I feel like I'm getting just like a ball and a rainbow. Just a lot of light, a lot of all the colors in the rainbow,
Okay,
and lots of pinks too. Pretty pinks and oranges.
and I'm going to sit back down. Okay, so we did that. Now, talk to us about setting our intent or not taking things so seriously or not even trying. I mean, I know Archangel Gabriel says no try. Yoda says always try. They're both correct. So how is this? None of this is about word structure or I'm going to start next Tuesday. Ileana is absolutely correct about that point. And then 2 years goes by, 104 Tuesdays, and you're like, oh, I forgot to start. Welcome to being human. Talk to us more about how can we put it all together?
Well, I really believe that, I mean, just what I've been experiencing is when you ask for support and guidance, you're going to get it. I mean, it really actually works. So, and you can get out of your head through just, team up with somebody. I mean, if you can just have somebody do these practices together if you can't do it yourself. But I think when you ask for that love and support and you feel it and you bring it in and you take a big breath, you do get out of your head. You
Hmm.
do. It works. And then suddenly you're in your heart. Suddenly everything's lighter. Um, I loved what you said. Don't take yourself too seriously. Boy, doesn't that just immediately get a load off your back? And I think it's just a shift. It's just a shift that can happen so fast. Um, and it's hard to do on your own. So try to connect with somebody who you can do it with. Because it does make a world of difference. I mean, everything is energy, right? So you just have to tap into it.
Now, I was going to say, could we have you put your like intuitive psychic medium hat on, but you've already been wearing it and there's no need to even put anything on. So we're going to have you instead turn on the yellow neon light that says open for business, and just have that blink on because I'm going to put up three angels. And all you're going to do is listen for a message from them to the audience. And it'll obviously resonate with you. These are three really easy angels, Joy, Charlotte, and Min. Joy is cosmic. She's the emotion joy. But what does she have? And if you don't mind getting a couple hugs from her on the side, if you need something private from her, get it while I'm talking. What does she have as a reminder for everybody watching? And I know you've enjoyed interacting with her. What's Joy saying?
Joy's telling me to just go and have like the best day ever and go have fun. She says, fun, go have some fun.
And then can you tailor it for the audience as well? What is she telling everybody out there? Same thing?
Yeah, just try to have fun today. Like just forget about all the other stuff. Just go have some fun. Just go have a good time today. No matter what's happening. Just put it on hold for a second. Just say like, I'm just going to put a pin in all of this and I'm going to go have fun today.
Okay, and here's Charlotte. She's everybody's favorite school teacher if you're from Canada, third form, or New Zealand. But third grade, not Mrs. Wilson, the one who put you in detention, the nice one. Here's Charlotte, or a gentle teacher. What's Charlotte saying to everybody?
Compassion. Have compassion. If there's more serious things going on, like somebody's ill, right? Kind of hard to have fun when somebody's ill or you're caretaking for them. So maybe try to bring some joy to them. Like, what can you do? Even if it's just talking to them or holding their hand, even if they can't hear you, they're gonna they're gonna feel your love because we're not just in these bodies, right? We're so they are gonna feel it. So that's what she's saying to me.
And two of the like maybe five things I've learned in 15 years, a slow learner, and there's not much. I mean, you keep learning along the way. One is where you put your focus is where you put your focus. The second is how you spend your energy is how you spend your energy. I'll do something less redundant. Angels exist. Trust that this so, and your answers, hugs, and much more will come. But with that as a prelude, here's a soft-spoken professor, Mother Hawaii-ish. She's light waves of energy and water. Min is her first name if you want. And that's the Lakota Sioux word for water. So she's light waves of energy and water. Silhouette of an angel, my guardian angel, 80,000 other people's guardian angel. People have seen her in full human form. What does Min have as a reminder for all of us? But could you get zinged, zapped, or feel a whoosh of ocean energy, oceanic light?
I personally really love Min. I met her yesterday, and we were by the water, and she came to me. She was very elegant, flowing, and beautiful. Um, and so, what I got from Min was just, oh wow, like a sense of such personal power and beauty. It was just like this feeling of just that like an elevated feeling. It was an elevated, it's elevated, it's this flowingness and it's exquisite that sense of my day can be filled with this energy. It can be. It's just my choice.
Well, I'm grabbing Audrey Hepburn, and she's another angel because I want to put her up. And then we'll do something with Audrey and Min real quick. But here's Audrey. It's an actual historical photo. And if people, maybe they need to hit the pause button, maybe they need to go hug a tree, hug their dog, take a shower, play tennis, go for exercise, have mint tea. There's a million ways to be here, 40 million ways to be up in the head and be reacting and judging and knowing something that precludes possibility. Welcome to being human again. Here's Audrey. You can let her wink, smile, shoulder waggle, eyebrow goes up, nose wiggles, hands have moved, catch an uninvented perfume from Paris in the air. But what does she have as a reminder for everybody?
Audrey, for me, I love Audrey. She's she's making stuff happen. Go out there and make it happen. I mean, she's already put so many ideas into my head for to make my business more exciting for me because I've reached some pretty great goals. And so now what can I do to make it a little bit more in tune with my love for animals and my intuitiveness with animals. And so she gave me this great idea this morning, and she can give everybody else ideas, but it was dogs and donuts
Mm.
and doing these vegan donuts. and sharing this time with people together who might want to have questions about their past pets. They want to connect with me about that. And so I thought that's something really cool that I would never have thought of. And it just popped into my head, and it was from Audrey. It was definitely from Audrey.
Okay, so with Audrey and Min, this is a little bit of a loosey-goosey exercise, but you'll
Mhm.
do great. You know how when you're getting $50, you have to put your hand out like that? If you don't mind doing that off camera, left and right of you, have Min hold one hand full on as a human, slender, elegant hand. Let go. You can close your eyes on this. Have Audrey hold the other hand. Say got it when they're both in place.
Got it.
And then let them share something with you visually, get something private. But when you do come back, you're going to have a whole new talking point. And take a good 30 seconds here. I'm going to do the public service announcement that I always forget to do, which is what have you already felt? Audience, anybody watching, can you share something that you've reacted to in a good way? You've enjoyed? Did you see some light? Did you smell some sage? What has Ileana said that you're like, oh, wow, yes, total agreement. That's happened to me. And go ahead and type that up. I'm looking for a very particular picture right now, and I want to, yep, there we go. Okay, got that photo. And Ileana, if you don't mind also catching a lot of waves of light. And then when you're ready, come back. And what would you like to share?
I just feel really good right now. Um, just thank you. Thank you for this time. I I can't tell you how amazing this has been. I just really appreciate this, and I hope that I've been able to be helpful to other people, and yeah, I hope that these good feelings were shared today.
Well, I'm gonna have Charlotte cough up an out of the blue rate for you. Is it $45 for 45 minutes if someone's resonating and you just wanted to sit with them in an intuitive fashion? But here's Charlotte. Hear what your official rate would be if someone got in touch directly and they didn't mind waiting a couple weeks to get the appointment. Do you have a temporary rate you'd love to share if somebody wanted to grab you one-on-one for consulting?
Yeah, sure.
What does Charlotte
So
say it is?
I think 45 is good.
Okay. And I'm going to put you to the test in a very good way. I just lost my Joy Joy, a blonde dog with Pyrenees in her, a week ago Friday, and she's named after this angel, and she's a sweetheart. We've already heard her and stuff like that, but I'll put her up and you can have Joy, Charlotte, Audrey Hepburn help you. That's from 2022. There's Joy. You can feel into it. If you want to put a hand out and feel her next to you, you can. You can have Star. If you want to do it like Audrey and Min, out to the side, you can have Star come in on one side, feel Star lick your hand or be there and say, hi, mommy. And then you can feel Joy Joy on the other. And she's like, I'm in. Count me in. And then whatever you'd want to share out loud, you can share out loud.
Well, she loves you very, very much. She's very, very happy. And she was a very bouncy dog, physically bouncy, loved to play, and she, let's see, it's just I see her like I see her licking, like licking a lot. Like does she like to
She'd lick
lick
my
people?
legs, and especially every time I came back from a run, I'd get a bath.
Oh gosh, and really super cuddly. She's super cuddly. Um, she she misses cuddling with you.
Mm.
Um, but I sense that she's in a really good space. She's very, very happy. Um, and it's 2 weeks is it's still a short period of time. So she's finding her, her new doggy world.
Mm.
From what I know is that there's different doggy worlds, and it takes some time. Um, with Star. Star ended up in this great place. There were other dogs, but there was a little boy that that she was with, and then and so that, but I continued to talk to Star for the 2 years that she was at this place, and she had puppies. So with your dog, it's still a little bit too early to like, but she is going to be speaking with you, and obviously, I'm sure you know how to do all of that, um, and sharing all of the fun adventures that's going to be coming, and then we'll see if she comes back. Star was reincarnated and into the dog that I have now,
Mm.
and a really interesting story about that if we have time. So about I guess a year had passed, and my dog now Tiki um, went out. It was a full moon, a beautiful night, and I took her outside in our front yard, and that's where Star was buried. And she just, and I'll never forget it. I mean, I'm not making this up. This really happened. But she just went right over to where Star was buried and laid down, which is unusual for a 1-year-old dog. Like, and she laid down right on top of Star's body
Mm.
for like, I don't know, 2 minutes. And then she got up. So it was an incredible moment. And I asked my medium about it. I told her what happened, and she said that was the completion. That was the completion of them, of Star and Tiki as one. So so that was done. It was completed. And so that I just wanted to share that because it was amazing for me. And I had real interesting things happen after my dog had passed. I had um not right away, it took a few months, but I had a voice that I knew was Star's voice. And we had turtles. We had a pond. We have a pond, and we had turtles in it. And this voice just came out of nowhere, and it was Star, because Star was always in the yard, and Star's in the yard, right? Her body's in the yard. And she said, "You need to go to the mailbox right now. Go to the mailbox right now." So I didn't question it. I knew it was Star. I knew I had to go to the mailbox, and I did. And sure enough, our big turtle was about to leave the property, a couple acres here, and leave our driveway, and would have been run over for sure. So that was a real concrete experience. And then there was another one where Star said, "Hey, go to the living room window right now. Go out there." And I did. I didn't question it again. I just went out, and there she was. I just saw her past the berm. It was just like a flash. It was a flash, but she was there. And so those were also incredible moments
Mm.
from the spirit realm.
Our household members already had her visit like 3 times in dreams. I'm chatting with her on the runs more, and she's doing the energy thing of laying her chin on my chest even as I'm running. It doesn't necessarily have to make sense. And the hiya with the front paws out. She had really long front paws, and then zing running around even though she's jogging with Geronimo next to me, Sri Shriti Sai Baba, some
Oh,
angels. I'm going to do dolphin consciousness for you. It'll be our final interaction with the universe, cosmos, intuitiveness itself, or doing open openness. But I know you love the ocean, so we have not done dolphin consciousness. If you can just allow all the dolphins in the universe, who've been around a million years and are way cooler and wiser and smoother than, in our best moments, sure. And they're very patient. Here's dolphin consciousness for you. If you don't mind allowing bubbles and ocean to come around you as a vortices of light. And the more you breathe through your mouth at home, folks, 1 millimeter open, the more you'll be in your body, your rainbow light body, whatever you want to call your you with a capital Y and a big O. Oh, what are you getting from dolphin consciousness? Are you totally feeling it right now?
yes, I am.
And
Lots
what
of
What's their reminder for us all to keep it easy and keep it fun and keep it real easy and fun?
I'm getting lots of kisses. Kisses, kisses, kisses. So flowing kisses. And yeah, wagging your tail, getting that little maybe go out and just dance, turn on some music and dance and just wiggle your body and get that all that good stuff going. And just tons, yes, lots of love from the dolphin consciousness and communication. Try to communicate with yourself.
Okay, I lied. I have one more figure for you. A fairy named Ginger, and I have photos of her, a lot of different photos. And so it's not one way, but here she is as a little winged light, and her name's Ginger. She's fun, and you can see a little bit of rainbow light on her. It doesn't really come through too well. There's more definition in there, but let Ginger come in. She can handle any topic, big or small. And if you want to see, she loves doing silver glitter. Like it could be anything. She can do any color, but catch a little bit of light around you in the room if you want. She'll come and tug if you're wearing earrings. She'll tug on that. She'll do bells, whistles, laughter, touch your nose, give you a kiss on the cheek. There's 1 million ways for a fairy. They're limitless for their abilities. What are you getting from Ginger, and what's her reminder for us all?
I'm getting from Ginger music, music, yeah, music and dance. Um, for me personally, to do something with that, just because I'm very musical and I haven't done anything with it for a long time. So she's saying do something with that and uh, and start today. Do something.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
Okay, and no more figures, unconditional of figures. We'll have you back in 2026 for more of that. But we'll start to wrap it up. And then one of the final ways that we're going to wrap up the show is you delivering a mantra for us and repeating it 3 times so people can feel your light, feel your energy. Only love and above, permanent boundaries being shepherded by angels for decades to come. And I'll buy time. I'm going to do one more interactive with you where I'll put my hand up in Texas, you put your hand up in Oregon, or two hands, and then I'll whoosh you light 3 times. And it'll be small, medium, or big, or you can go big every single time. It doesn't matter. The audience at home, you get to participate in all these. Go back and do the sage, go back and do and seeing the light, feel the light, ask for hugs from angels. What will you allow for is kind of the daily rub. So I'd love for us to do the light thing, for you to talk about allowing for more daily as a final reminder for us all, and then the mantra 3 times if you could. And I really feel like it doesn't matter if we were talking angels, dolphin consciousness, anything, hugging trees today. We were being serious. We're talking economics in Bangladesh. What are we allowing for daily? It doesn't have to be spirituality, woo 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 universe. It's the rub with all that already is within and around. So that is a big $1 billion question you're going to be tackling in just a second. But right now, we're going loosey goosey. What do you feel off my hand in Oregon from Texas? Only 11 above. Let angels really run this show. Iliana, what are you getting right now?
Strength. I'm getting strength
Okay.
and strength and conviction. Yeah, believe in yourself.
Yeah,
It's very powerful.
not prison type conviction. My microphone's down below today. Uh,
Uh,
okay, here comes a double whoosh, like double ping pong. I'm cheating with 2 paddles. And I'm gonna just blow. If you don't mind allowing a lot of Hawaii ocean consciousness, dolphin consciousness, what am I missing? Whale, and a lot of just love. Here comes the first one. And how was that?
was so wonderful.
Okay, and can you use a few more words? What transpired for folks?
A huge, huge wave of love, just and warmth and comfort and peace.
Hmm. And then if you could let Star lead the charge on this one, or Tiki. Star, Tiki, but we're talking higher soul self and angels as well, maybe a couple special angels. Here comes a bigger, broader one, and you might get like lilac with wisteria and lavender or something. Here it comes.
Mhm.
And how was that one?
That was so lovely. I feel excitement. I saw a lot of yellow roses. Yeah, a lot of smells, smelling a lot of sweet fragrances from the flowers,
Okay.
and fun coming ahead with the doggy.
I love it. And I'm going to do this to set the tone for the last one. Go big, go home. You're already home, so let's go big. And let's let the word either be serendipity, synchronicity, all the love in the universe, Christ consciousness, diamond light, whatever you want to call it. Um, Tibetan word ZG for brilliance or sparkles. So here it comes, the last one. And anyone can kind of, I don't know if I want to say make a wish, but why not make a wish, put it out there what you would love, and you don't have to know what you're asking for. Be like, I don't even know what I'm asking for, but make it big and make it fun. So put something out, folks at home, and this is the time to do a like, share, subscribe, comment. What have you loved about Iliana? I mean, besides just the radiance. Okay, here comes the last one here. Are you ready? Can we get a hearty yes? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, here we go.
I
And what?
have I have just huge burst of sunlight, new beginnings, new beginnings. Sorry, the message is new beginnings and lots and lots of sparkles. I love that. Just diamonds and sparkles and just bringing that all out from yourself, feeling it in yourself, and then bringing it out and connecting with people with that energy. Connect with people today.
Yay. Okay. Allowing for more daily. It may sound like a lot, and I know people know they're stuck. My problem is, my situation is, it's all very real, but we have a real professional here who's grounded in her own inner authenticity. She's an inner fearless, peaceful warrior, and she is great at handling this question. How do we allow for more daily?
I think for me to allow for more daily is to get out of my head. Get out of your head. That's all you got to do. That's all you have to do because then all of these amazing things will start happening that will just come out of nowhere. People will call you, people will show up, people will say, "Hey, I want to do this for you." I mean, this is just what's going to happen. It is going to happen. Just get out of your head and get into your heart and try to get that really good energy flowing because people are going to feel it from a distance and they're going to come into your life and today even. I mean, it'll happen. And you'll get a new thought into your head too, something you hadn't even thought about before that's going to solve a problem. So,
Yeah, don't hang on to your version of reality too tightly. Okay, before we do that, three times you repeat a specific mantra, but it can't be like the old fallback one from the 1980s when you were 10. Um, it's got to be something fresh out of the moment, and I'm going to buy you just an extra 5 seconds. Who's been the most favorite unconditional love figure you've met in the last 48 hours?
that's easy. You.
Oh my God. Oh man, I was expecting like Joy, Ginger, somebody. Thank you. Thank you. You're totally invited back on in 2026. And your friend, I think that might be in Redondo Beach. We'll get an invite out to her as well. Okay.
Okay.
What's your mantra that you're going to share? But it's going to be beyond words so that I know we all think it's words. We think it's science. We think it's this, the facade or whatever, but it's really the vibration behind it. Because if you say something like, oh, the weather's really great, if it's this,
Mhm.
it's one way. If it's this, it's another. You mean the weather's really great, like wow, and it's positive. So they're gloves put on words that we either hug or slap people with. So with your highest vibe, Ileana, you're going to repeat it three times. What's the mantra you want to share with all of us?
Love, love,
Love it. Thank you very much, Iliana Maura. Thank you for being on Angels Positivity and Love. You've been an
love.
incredible guest, graceful, extremely patient, and extremely fun. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.